morning, guys. Here we go again. Another beautiful day. We're out here today again doing our normal morning walk, getting the steps in. So this is the video of the day. Beautiful weather. Kind of cold. I was gonna say it's kind of cold today, but I guess that's relative. For us here in California, anything below 45 is considered to be really cold. So I think right now we're like 44 with the wind chill of, I think it brings it down to like, it says it feels like 38. So yeah, definitely for us, California, 44 with the feel of 38, pretty cold. So, but not complaining, enjoying it, liking it. Like I said the other day, I actually like this weather better than the hot weather, because again, California, at least where I'm at, when it gets hot, it gets hot. Especially this, for some reason, this last summer, it was crazy. I think we got up to I want to say about 118, which is pretty toasty even for us here. So anyways, like I said, just a normal day, doing what we normally do in the morning. Just wanted to check in with you guys again, do the daily video. And this morning I wanted to talk to you guys about, okay, never mind, we're gonna have to cut because these people love Mini, so they're gonna, you see that? What, they're very excited to see Mini, so I'm gonna have to cut for a little bit and then get back to you guys, okay? Right, all right, we're back. Yeah, since Mini and I come on our walks every day, we get to meet people, and you know, we have the regulars, and most of the people, they love Mini. So we have the ones that they just always compliment her, but we had the ones kind of like the couple, or those people that we just met right now, that they want to stop and talk to her and try to pet her and just sometimes bring her treats and everything and things like that. So that's why I had to stop the camera, guys. But anyways, so like I was saying, normal walk, normal day, normal morning. I was thinking about the other day about something that happened to me. As far as, you know, now we're gonna transition about the topic of the day. And so from time to time, on this trail, you see a couple of homeless people, right? They don't really bother anybody. Sometimes actually they stay in this little place right there. So if it's raining or whatever, if it's too hot, they'll stay there. They sleep overnight and then they go on their way. And you know, I always like to, whenever I can, if possible, I like to offer some help, right? I like to give them a little blessing. And for the most part, when I'm out on my walks, I'm just wearing shorts or sweatpants or whatever. So I don't really usually bring my wallet or anything like that, you know. So it's always like, oh man, sometimes I'll go home and come back, or you know, bring like a little jacket or something if it's cold. You know, just little things that you can do for people, right? And this video is not, the purpose or the intent is not to brag about, you know, what I do for other people and stuff like that. You do what you can when you can and when you want. That's a different topic. But a couple weeks ago, I was walking, and then for some reason I actually had my wallet on me. And I was walking, and there's little benches set up on the side of the trail. And there was a gentleman that was sitting on one of the benches. He was homeless, you know, he had you can tell, right? You know, the way he was dressed. And he had a shopping cart. Go. And he was sitting on one of the benches, and he was like kind of like swinging back and forth, and his eyes were closed. So, you know, he was taking a nap, he was sleeping, and I go, man, I wish I could bless him for, you know, with something. But I go, but I never keep my wallet on me. But again, that day, I actually brought it with me. I think it's because we have actually gone somewhere with my wife. And obviously, I took my wallet. When I got home, I just grabbed Minnie, put a leash on her, and came for my walk. So I didn't even get a chance to go into a room or, you know, where I put my wallet. So I kept it with me. So that day I touched my pockets and I go, wait a minute, I have my wallet today, so great. So I can be a blessing for somebody, you know. And he seems like the perfect candidate for it. So I try to be really careful when I approached him. I wasn't loud or anything, because again, you know, these people that live on the streets, they have to have that instinct, right? Survival instinct. So even though they might be sleeping, they know that they can't 100% be unconscious because they have to protect themselves. So if you just go up to them and talk to them in a very loud manner, you never know what could happen. So I just kind of slowly approached him and, hey, good morning. It was morning still. He goes, oh, hey, good morning. And I go, hey man, I didn't mean to wake you up. And then he goes, oh no, it's all right, man. Very friendly guy. His name was Jose. Very friendly guy. He goes, man, I just can't stay up. You know, I keep falling asleep. And I go, yeah, man, I bet it's tough to get any sleep, you know, like in your situation, right? He goes, yeah, man. He was like, I had to keep moving. I go, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, I don't sleep anything at night because I gotta keep moving day and night, actually, he says. And I go, what do you mean? He was telling me that, you know, he goes, people are just so rude. And I go, how? He was like, you know, sometimes I'll be just like under a tree, just taking a nap. And I'm not even talking being on the property. He was saying like on a trail, like say for instance, on this trail. He goes, sometimes I'm just trying to catch up on some sleep or something, and I'll be sitting down and people will just go up to me, tell me that I need to leave. He goes, it's not law enforcement, it's not city workers, it's just regular people like yourself. He goes, that just come up to me, he goes, hey man, you gotta get going, you can't be here. And they're just rude. He goes, they're not nice about it, they just really make us feel really bad. You know, he goes, people that live on the streets. He goes, and we're not here by choice, which, I mean, some of them are. They have families, they have opportunities, they have the opportunity to go to get clean. But, you know, if they have drug issues and some mental issues, sometimes they decide to live on the street because it's easier, right? So, but again, I digress. That's something different. So, yeah, those people are just rude. They'll just kick you out. They'll take your stuff. They'll just throw it away. Like they grab it from you. And they're just rude. He was like, they talk to you like you're an animal. So he goes, you have no idea how much this means to me and how much I appreciate the fact. Because I got there, you know, and I sat down, hey, how you doing? You know, talk to him like the way you should, like a normal human being, right? Because that's what he is. He's still, you know, a child of the Lord. That's the way I see it. So he was like, you have no idea. And he even his voice kind of broke down a little bit. He goes, you have no idea how much this means to me that you're talking to me like a normal human being. He goes, I can't tell you when the last time was that somebody addressed me as in, good morning, sir, how you doing? And things like that. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And, you know, you and I, most of us, right? We go on about our lives, and luckily we're blessed enough to have a home, have a family, have a job. And we we don't go through the things that these people go through. And since we're not in that world, we don't even think about it. You know, and I go, wow, that's pretty eye-opening to me. Because again, luckily I don't go through that. I don't go through my days. If I go out to the store, you know, come for a walk, people don't look at me weird, or people don't tell me, hey, if I'm sitting down on one of those little benches right there, taking a break, people don't look at me and tell me, hey, you gotta get going. You can't be here. What are you doing here? Pick up your trash. You know, and I mean, honestly, guys, yeah, I get it. There's homeless people sometimes that they leave the stuff behind. Or a lot of times, if you see them sitting down and they have a bunch of what looks like to be trash, a lot of times it's their survival kit. Cardboards, trash, you know, little trash cans and recycle stuff. You know, that stuff, that's what they used to sell to maybe put some food in their bellies. So it was just a very eye-opening to me. You know, he was telling me, he goes, I never thought I'd end up like this. He was like, you know, I had a really good job in the Bay Area. I had my family. But he goes, I got hurt at work. I got surgery. And when I went back to work, he couldn't perform. He couldn't do the same type of jobs that he was doing before. So the company that he worked for, since they couldn't legally fire him, they pretty much made it impossible for him to continue to work there. So they made his life difficult to where, like he said, he had to quit. Now, you know, I didn't want to pry anymore, but I did wonder. I go, well, if they fire you from that job, or you left because you couldn't be there anymore, you know, why not look for another job? But again, I think the concept of the fact that the reason why I'm telling the story of Jose is not to figure out why he's on the streets, as much as it is to figure it out, or to pose the question as to why are we so mean to the people that are in certain situations that might not even be their fault, and remind everyone that we need to be conscious that all it takes is one accident. All it takes is a loss of a job. All it takes is just things that we don't ever think of for us to go downhill and maybe end up on the streets. I pray to the Lord and I hope to God that it never happens to me or any of you guys for that matter. But that's just the reality of it. So, you know, he was just so content. I go, look, I'm sorry I woke you up, but the real reason why I woke you up, it wasn't just to talk to you. Yes, that is part of it, because I just wanted to chat with you. But I wanted to give you a little blessing. His eyes, guys, lit up. He goes, you know, this is gonna last me at least a week. And I go, $20? He goes, yes. He goes, I'll make sure that this lasts me a while, because I don't know when I'm gonna eat again. And he was telling me that, you know, he has to stay moving all night long. Also because he doesn't want to fall asleep. And I'm assuming that not only people will kick him out, but it's dangerous out there. So if it's the middle of the day, guys, and you see somebody who's struggling, who's on the streets, you can tell that they're struggling and they're just taking a nap, even if it's a little bench on the side of the road or underneath a tree, just let them be. I mean, again, this guy tells me that he couldn't sleep. I think he said he slept like, I don't know, I think it's like 6-7 hours for the last week or something crazy like that. And it was because he couldn't sleep during the night. He had to keep moving. Obviously, I'm thinking safety has something to do with it, because, you know, when you're on the streets, you don't want to just fall asleep anywhere, just on the spot, and then wake up with a gun to your face, which he told me, by the way. Jose told me that he had a gun pointed to his face like 4 times. So he goes, so you had to be vigilant at all times. So again, what I was going with, if you see somebody, if it's on daytime, if they're just sitting down, not bothering anybody, I would suggest that just let them be. You know, you and I will never know. Hopefully, you and I don't know, or most of us probably don't know, and hopefully we'll never know what it feels like not to be able to sleep during the night because you're afraid they're gonna kill you or rape you or whatever, right? So just let them be. If you can be a blessing to them, I would encourage you to do so, to act on it. Because again, you just never know when we're gonna end up there. What surprised me about this gentleman, Jose, is the fact that, you know, sometimes you see these people on the streets and you think that they're not all there, or you think that there's something wrong with them or whatever. But a lot of times when you start talking to them, you go, wow, you can literally have a good conversation with them. You know, I didn't want to just talk about his situation because I kind of wanted to kind of help him get out of it for a few minutes. So we started talking about other things, about El Salvador, which is where I'm originally from. Well, I'm born here, but my family is from El Salvador. And, you know, El Salvador now has a president that is doing some crazy stuff out there to clean up the country. And when he asked me where I was from, I go, oh, my family's from El Salvador. I pretty much grew up there too. I was born in the U.S., but I grew up in El Salvador. So I'm very familiar with how things are out there. So he goes, oh man, no way. You know, since he worked on the Bay Area, he was like, man, I work with so many Salvadorians. They're so cool, man. They're so nice. They're always willing to help. They're always willing to be there for you and stuff like that. So he goes, no wonder you're talking to me and, you know, helping me out. So yeah, again, and he was up to date with what was going on. He was up to date with politics in the United States, which surprised me again because, you know, yeah, these guys, well, I guess they got phones, so they can probably try to stay up to date that way. But yeah, he was pretty up to date. All right, guys. So this lady right here, she's one of the ones that I talked to you guys in my other video. She's 85 years old and comes out on walks every morning. And I'm not gonna show her face or anything, but I'm gonna cut off the video here for a little bit because I know she's always want to talk to Minnie and me. So I'll cut this off right here and I'll jump back in a few minutes, okay? Right. All right, guys, so we're back again. So yeah, like I was saying, so that lady, if you guys watch one of my previous videos about how I was talking about the importance of staying active, she was one of the ladies that I was referring to. She's 85 years old, and I see her out here on the trail every day, pretty much, most of the time at least. And oh boy, does she move and walks around like it's not a big deal. So remember, stay active. So yeah, just to finalize what I was saying, guys and girls, yeah, let's just try to be nice to each other. You know, some of you might be thinking or wondering, why is it that, or might be even suspecting that this might be just a made-up story just to make a video and get some views or whatever the case may be. But it isn't, guys. There's two reasons why there's not a video of me talking to this person. One reason is because when that happened, I hadn't started to post on YouTube. Therefore, I didn't even think of recording it. Second It's because I don't want to put a camera on their face and tell them to tell the story. Not only because they might be camera shy, but I just think that some people, they don't want their business out there, that way. So we're like, they'll be willing to talk to you, but maybe they don't want you to know who they are. So there's a couple stories that I probably be sharing with you guys, and most likely it won't be me interviewing the person. It'll be just relating the story to you guys, unless, of course, they're okay with being on camera. There's another gentleman here that comes and walks every day, very often also. His name is Dave. He's a veteran. Very good, very interesting story. Not with a happy ending, but I would like to share his story too. So I'll either make another video about him and about his story, or if I see him, next time I see him, I might ask. I'm gonna ask him if it's okay with being on camera. Again, just because some people don't like to be in camera, and I don't blame him. That's not a thing that comes out naturally for a lot of us. I guess I'm semi-okay with it, but the only reason why I choose not to be on camera is because the whole concept of my channel, I want it to be this way. My point of view. Just something different. See if you guys are okay, see if you guys like it. Because I think you guys getting to enjoy these outdoors might be a little bit more soothing than just watching me sitting down in front of a camera. Right? So, anyways, that was the story of Jose. He was, just to add to that a little bit, he was saying that, he had a lot of family, cousins, aunts, uncles, and stuff like that. Brothers, actually siblings. And when I asked him, I go, well, how come they don't provide any type of support to you? And he was like, no, because they know I have nothing to offer to them. They know I'm on the streets. They know, he goes, but they know that I can't do nothing for them right now. They can't get anything from me. So they don't even want to bother with me. Which is, again, if it is true, that's pretty crazy. There's always two sides to a story. So I take everything that I hear with a grain of salt. A lot of times people don't tell you the full story, but again, that's a whole different topic. But if it is true, that's crazy to me. Seeing a relative live on the streets and you being able to help them out and not do anything, yeah, that's insane. But you never know. Anyways, guys, so that's it for today. I guess I would like to close this video with the message, and it is, if you can lend a hand, if you can be a blessing to anybody in any way, shape, or form, do it, act on it. And it doesn't even have to be doing something for them or giving them anything. It could be something as simple as, if you see them, they're just sitting down on a bench on the side of the road, taking a break. Mind your own business, just let them be. Because again, you just never know what they've been through, what they have gone through, or what they're going through. And that little nap that they're taking on that bench right there might be the only sleep that they have gotten in the last day or two. So with that, you guys have a great day. Stay safe. And God bless you guys in these holidays. And yeah, Happy New Year's. Talk to you all later.